Hey everyone, Waylon here. Today we're diving into 5 car issues you must catch early to keep your ride running smoothly and safely. Ignoring these problems might seem tempting now, but trust me, they can turn into major headaches and expenses down the road. We're going to break down each issue, show you exactly what to look for, and how to tackle those minor fixes before they become major repairs. Let's get started. Alright, let's talk about engine oil leaks. You ever notice a few drops of oil on your garage floor? Don't ignore those. Your engine oil is like the lifeblood of your car, keeping all those moving parts running smoothly. Now, a small leak might not seem like a big deal, but over time, it can lead to some serious damage. Low oil levels mean your engine isn't getting properly lubricated, which can cause excessive wear and tear, overheating, and even complete engine failure. So, how do you spot an oil leak? First, check your garage floor or driveway for any telltale dark spots. Then, pop open the hood and take a good look at the engine bay. Look for any wet spots or residue around the oil pan, valve covers, and oil filter. If you do spot a leak, don't panic. Sometimes it's as simple as tightening a loose oil drain plug or replacing a worn-out gasket. But if you're not comfortable tackling it yourself, take it to a trusted mechanic. Trust me. Addressing a small leak now is way cheaper than rebuilding your entire engine later. Remember, a little preventative maintenance goes a long way. Let's talk about brakes. We all know how important they are for our safety, so keeping those pads in good shape is crucial. Brake pads are designed to wear down over time, and ignoring worn-out pads is a recipe for disaster. Thin brake pads mean you'll have less stopping power, increasing your stopping distance and putting you at risk in an emergency situation. The good news is, your car will usually give you some warning signs when the brake pads are getting thin. Have you noticed a high-pitched squealing or screeching sound when you apply the brakes? That's your cue to get those pads checked out as soon as possible. Another sign is a grinding or scraping noise when braking. This means the pads are completely worn down and metal is rubbing on metal. Trust me, you don't want to let it get to this point. Now, checking your brake pads is actually pretty easy. Look through the spokes of your wheel and you'll see the brake caliper. Behind that caliper is your brake rotor and the brake pads are housed in the caliper. If the brake pad material is less than 1/4 inch thick, it's time for new ones. Replacing brake pads is a relatively inexpensive repair, especially compared to the cost of an accident. Now let's talk about your tires. They're your only point of contact with the road, so keeping them properly inflated is crucial for both safety and fuel efficiency. Driving on underinflated tires is like driving with flat tires. It's dangerous. Underinflation causes the tires to bulge outward, increasing friction with the road surface. This leads to excessive heat buildup, which can cause a blowout at high speeds. Overinflation is also a problem. It makes the tire more rigid, reducing the contact patch with the road. This gives you less grip, especially in wet or icy conditions, and can also lead to a harsher ride. Checking your tire pressure is super easy and only takes a few minutes. You can pick up a tire pressure gauge at any auto parts store for a few bucks. Just remove the valve cap, press the gauge onto the valve stem and check the reading. Make sure to check your tire pressure at least once a month and always when the tires are cold for the most accurate reading. You'll find the recommended tire pressure for your car listed on a sticker inside the driver's side door jamb or in your owner's manual. Keeping those tires properly inflated will save you money on fuel, extend the life of your tires, and most importantly, keep you safe on the road. We've all been there. You turn the key and all you hear is a click. 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 Yep, that's the dreaded sound of a dead battery. And while batteries do have a limited lifespan, corrosion can significantly shorten their life. Battery corrosion, that white powdery buildup you often see on the battery terminals, is a sign of a bigger problem. It acts as an insulator, preventing the battery from sending a strong current to your starter and other electrical components. Now, there are a few things that can cause battery corrosion, like extreme temperatures, humidity, and even a leaking battery. But the good news is, it's pretty easy to clean up. All you need is a mixture of baking soda and water, an old toothbrush, and a pair of gloves. Simply disconnect the battery cables, starting with the negative terminal first, and apply the baking soda paste to the terminals and any corroded areas. Scrub away the corrosion, rinse with water, and dry everything thoroughly. To prevent future corrosion, you can apply a thin layer of dielectric grease to the battery terminals. This will help seal out moisture and prevent that pesky corrosion from coming back. Finally, let's talk about your transmission fluid. This often overlooked fluid is crucial for keeping your car shifting gears smoothly and efficiently. Think of your transmission as the brain of your car's drivetrain. It's responsible for transferring power from the engine to the wheels, and it relies on transmission fluid for lubrication and cooling. Low transmission fluid levels can cause all sorts of problems, from rough or delayed shifting to slipping gears, and even complete transmission failure. And trust me, rebuilding or replacing a transmission is not cheap. Now, checking your transmission fluid is a bit more involved than checking your oil, but it's still something you can do yourself. First, make sure your car is parked on a level surface and the engine is warm. Locate the transmission fluid dipstick, which is usually located near the back of the engine bay. Pull out the dipstick, wipe it clean, and reinsert it fully. Then, pull it out again and check the fluid level. It should be between the add and full marks. If the fluid level is low, you can add more transmission fluid through the dipstick tube. Just make sure you use the correct type of fluid for your vehicle. You can find this information in your owner's manual. Regularly checking and maintaining your transmission fluid level can extend the life of your transmission and save you thousands of dollars in potential repairs down the road. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more car maintenance tips. And remember, catching these issues early can save you a lot of time and money down the road. See you in the next video.